It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Louisville.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Toss wide side. This is Kamara. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space.
How you doing, man?
A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge.
Everything's good.
Bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Allen got an open man. It's Josh.
I'm just going to sleep, so whenever you want to stream, I'll be here, bro. Oncoming fist, medium skin tone.
This is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
To the air, Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish him off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
On play action, Allen. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A quick throw there is incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Allen now looks to throw. He's to the 15. And finally wrestled down at the 11. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Coleman, the man in motion right. Throwing now is Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. To throw, it's Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 8. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw here. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Now a toss. Kamara left side. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Foster Moreau from 6 yards away. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Bills out for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Allen. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Shakir hauls it in. Second down and 6 now. Now Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Allen going to throw. Has his man, it's Shakir. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Allen off the play fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
Now Allen.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To the air, Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Palmer, as the first half is winding down. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Allen throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Coleman. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Now back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw again. The pass caught by Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. Calling a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll look to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Hadn't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Just too many mistakes in all phases of the game. Still, you've got a chance to get this back to a one-score game here in the 3rd quarter. You've got to be able to convert here. Instead, it comes up empty.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's Demario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They run it again with Cook. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
3rd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Allen now looks to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Coleman, the man in motion right. To throw, it's Allen. Quick slant to Shakir. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route,
What you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
They'll give to Cook on the read option. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Now Allen off the bootleg. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bills are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 4. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 39. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where his coaches.
Touchdown, Saints. Brandon Cooks from 6 yards away. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Groupie for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A 10th carry of the game for Cook. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive, because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Here's Cook again. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try the middle with Cook. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Cook up the gut. And he will have a Bills first down, and that should be that. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Second and 11 now. Handoff comes to Cook. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.